everybody, Rose Matter here. Welcome to episode 12 of my Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair Let's Play. In the last episode, we had not one, but two murders. So we had Ibuki and Hiyoko bite the dust. And now we gotta find out who did it. So this is going to be the investigation episode. Don't know how long this is going to take. We'll see if I can probably put all of the investigation into this episode, which means the next episode will most likely be the third class trial. So I'm curious. Let's get this investigation underway so I can come up with my crazy theories like I always do. Let's get into this. Alright, so first things first. This caught my eye almost before, well, not before the body, but right after the body I noticed this on the ground. Oh, it's the communication device. Okay. The shattered remains of a machine are spread all over the floor.
I see.
This appears to be the surveillance camera unit.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Kazuichi put it in the music venue for communication purposes. Why is it destroyed like this? Perhaps criminal psychology is at play here? What do you mean?
Well?
Even if they know they are not being recorded, there is no way the killer would tolerate committing a murder in front of a camera.
Fine.
So that's why they destroy the camera. Seems plausible enough. They'd hesitate to murder someone in front of a camera, and that's why the killer destroyed this? Then what was that thing I saw? Oh, okay, so this could be interesting. So maybe someone is intentionally messing with the timeline of things. Alright, well, Sonia seems to kind of have an idea,
like
maybe at least. It has happened once again. Two of my cherished friends died at the same time. I cannot believe it.
How cruel.
This is the place where Ibuki sang for Fuyuhiko. Sang badly, but still. Hiyoko looked like she was having so much fun listening to her music. And now those two are no longer here. Such a tragedy. I understand how you feel, but please get a hold of yourself. Two of our friends were killed. That's all the more reason why we can't just leave this alone, right?
So just as I thought.
We must do this then, for the sake of the two who have fallen. If only I'd noticed sooner, Ibuki might have been saved. Oh god, poor Mikon feels like so responsible for this. When did you realize Ibuki was missing? After leaving Nagito's room, I went to the on-call room, and that's when it came to me. That I should go check on how everyone in the hospital is doing one more time before I go to sleep. And so I went to the patient rooms and noticed Ibuki was gone. So I quickly ran out of the hospital. So that's what happened. And then I saw Fuyuhiko in front of the hospital, so I asked him if he could help me look for Ibuki. That reminds me, where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby. That is a long story. I'm sorry, it's not like I doubt you or anything. There's no way I doubt you, because we've been together since this morning. You're right, we were together until you went to the on-call room. That's right, we were together until just a little before the morning Monokuma announcement. So I don't doubt you, I'm telling the truth. Is it alright if I continue with my autopsy? If you talk to me again later, I'll tell you what I know. So please, spare my life at least. I love how she's like, I don't think you did it, but don't kill me. What happened to not doubting me? Alright, so we gotta figure out the timeline things, and I was thinking between episodes, and I don't want to believe it's true, because I've really been pulling for him to, like, redeem himself, and I'm really liking him as a character, but I'm wondering maybe if Fuyuhiko had something to do with it, because Mikon did say that she tried to wake him up to go to the hospital, but she said that she couldn't wake him up or he wasn't answering, so I'm hoping he didn't, like, sneak out of his cabin to go do something. And then we have to assume that the other guys, who were at the motel, I don't know if they would go to the hospital, if they would be afraid of, like, catching the disease. Fuyuhiko maybe figured since he's already been at the hospital, he doesn't really have much, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, I'm having trouble with words right now, there's so much to investigate. I guess he was already at risk, so it's not like the other guys where they want to keep themselves as far away from the hospital and away from the patients as possible. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. Huh? What's this on Ibuki's feet? I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. It's blood, right? But there shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki, if that's the case. This blood belongs to someone else. Oh, maybe Ibuki slit Hyoko's throat because someone told her to. And then maybe that person then had Ibuki kill herself so that, you know, when she eventually comes back to her normal self, she would be like, well, I was told to kill someone, and then maybe whoever told Ibuki to kill Hyoko then had Ibuki kill herself to, like, eliminate all, like, wrap up the loose ends. I don't know. But then we got to think about where Hyoko's body was found this whole time. I'm assuming it was maybe put, like, in the storage room. And then once I found Ibuki and I ran out, then the person that was inside the storage room then took Hyoko, tied her up, and then got out. Hey, Hajime, can I talk to you for a sec? You already discovered the body before you met up with us, right? Like I said, I really don't want to believe it's Fuyuhiko. I really don't, but my guess is it's probably a guy, because, like, just for the sole reason that the guy-to-girl ratio is so slanted right now, I have a feeling it's a guy. At first, I didn't know it was Ibuki because of that hemp bag, though. And then the hemp bag, right? That would have come from the movie theater, so someone would have had to stop at the movie theater to grab that bag, because that was one of the gift things there. But I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from that rope.
Like...
Which means Ibuki must have died before Hyoko was tied up.
Well...
That helps. There's no time of death written in the Monokuma file this time. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say. This whole thing is basically going to be us determining times of things and where people were at those times. I wasn't really sure who died first. It's true their estimated time of death wasn't written in the Monokuma file this time, but I should know when Ibuki died because I personally saw it. In that video, Ibuki was climbing the stepladder on her own, so right after that. But then again, that might not have been Ibuki. That could have just been someone pretending to mess up with, like, our time, like when we think we found the body, when we think people died. Wait, hold on. If Ibuki climbed that stepladder and died right after, does that mean she committed suicide? No, that's impossible. Because even if Ibuki committed suicide, it doesn't explain Hyoko's death afterward. Two different deaths happened at the same time. There's no way that's a coincidence. Yeah, I would say not. The stepladder is tipped over on its side. This must be the stepladder that Ibuki used in the video I saw. Like I was saying, it could be someone pretending to be her, and maybe this was a pre-recorded video to throw me off of the time that Ibuki died. And then maybe they just... I don't know. I'm already starting with the theories. I need to, like, just calm down. Isn't that a bloodstain?
See?
Look, there's blood around the left side of the stepladder. As I recall, Ibuki didn't have any external injuries, if that's the case. Then it must be Hyoko's blood.
Yep.
That's the only thing I can think of. A bloodstain that probably belongs to Hyoko is on the left side of the stepladder. What does it mean? Alright, do we have anything else here? There's a black curtain hanging at the far side of the stage. Curtain is not wide enough. It can't reach from one edge of the stage to the other.
Huh?
It's not really a full-length curtain. This curtain wasn't originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly. It was probably obtained from the furniture section of the supermarket. See, the back of the curtain is taped for temporary use, just like the curtain at the supermarket. So you're saying someone took the time to actually bring that curtain from the supermarket?
So...
If they went that far, this was probably something that the killer really needed for this crime. And I hate to say it, but once again, Fuyuhiko and I were the only ones that were at that side of the island where the supermarket was. Everyone else should be staying at the motel, but we can't really say for sure. Why did they need it? Who knows? Well, it wouldn't be a mystery if the answers came easy. Okay, I think maybe, oh, no, there's something else. Oh, the candle, that's right. There's that whole thing about the light going off. There's a massive candle positioned near the front of the stage. The dull light in that video must have been coming from this candle. A candle this huge might be perfect for lighting, but they didn't need to bother using a candle. They could have just used the normal stage lighting. And then we've got the bag. Oh, and the rope as well. Man, there's a lot of stuff to check out just on the stage alone. Ibuki had a hemp bag on her head and was hanging from the ceiling. But why did she have a hemp bag on her head? Wait, huh? That hemp bag, upon further inspection, there's a Monokuma decal on the fabric. It looks like this isn't just a normal bag. It's the rope that was tied to the baton lighting on the ceiling. Ibuki hanged herself with this rope and died. From what I can tell, it looks like a regular length of rope with no unnatural features. But despite the fact that this music venue had a storage room, there shouldn't have been any rope in there. So once again, someone went to the trouble of going to the supermarket and grabbing all this stuff, so it was premeditated, obviously. But now we gotta figure out who was at the supermarket. Which means, was it obtained from the supermarket? Did the killer bring it from there? That means anybody could have obtained this rope, and it means it'd be difficult to use this as a clue. Yeah, I guess someone could have got this stuff a while ago and kept it in the storage room. I wonder if that's true. Huh? I just noticed a little something. Is it okay if I confirm it?
Hey!
Oh, well, I mean, it is good to see Nagito back to his useful self, normal self. Excuse me, Mikan, do you have a moment? What's happened? There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right? Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
I see.
I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself. That was obvious the moment we discovered the body. So I'm wondering, like, that whole video, maybe someone... well, they did say it's for sure she hanged herself, but maybe she... I'm thinking maybe she hanged herself at a different time, or someone hanged her rather than her hanging herself. And like I said, the whole video with the hemp bag is obviously they're trying to conceal the identity. So I'm thinking that someone made that video to make me think it was happening at that moment before the announcements to throw off the time of the murder. So maybe someone hanged her before then, put her body away somewhere, maybe wherever they put Hyoko's body, and then after that video got put, they quickly like set up the scene where she's actually the one hanging from here. You might not have seen it, but we all saw that she hanged herself. You're right. Yep, I got it. So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place. As usual, I have no idea what he's up to. Okay, have I talked to Chiaki yet? I can't remember. With her arms crossed and a thoughtful look on her face, Chiaki was silently staring at the stage floor. Did something drop on the floor there? Nothing dropped. It's just dirty. Dirty?
Hey.
See? Take a close look at the floor. Oh. So someone did drag, it looks like maybe Hyoko's body? If you look closely, you're right. There's a smudge as if something was wiped off. Wait, this isn't something. Is that a bloodstain?
Yep.
Well, a bloodstain isn't strange. Hyoko's neck was slashed not far from here.
But still.
Rather, what's strange is, why did the killer try to hide it? Hide it?
So...
If they weren't trying to hide it, they wouldn't have bothered wiping it off. The reason the killer wiped off the bloodstain. As long as the body is nearby, there's no way they'd be able to conceal the crime by wiping off a bloodstain. So what was the killer trying to hide? Okay, now I'm pretty sure. Really? Wow, okay, there's more stuff. Oh, right, Hyoko. Yeah, that's a pretty big thing to check out. Sorry, Hyoko, no offense, I didn't forget about you. Hyoko's body is suspended against the pillar on the side of the stage. She's wrapped against the pillar with duct tape, and she looks like she was forced to stand upright. Damn it, who did this? According to the Monokuma file, her cause of death was a slit throat. Her neck looks like it stopped bleeding, probably because of the duct tape wrapped around it. But why is Hyoko's kimono like... Oh, I just noticed that her bow is flipped the other way. Her kimono is all disheveled. Also, her sash is tied in the front. Did the killer do this too? But when did the killer kill Hiyoko? When I first discovered Ibuki's body, I didn't see Hyoko's body there. If that's the case, Hiyoko was killed. It must have been during the time I was getting everyone before I came back here. But that was barely 10 minutes. Is it really possible that the killer killed Hiyoko and taped her up in such a short amount of time? Even if this is possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so. Because the killer must be someone who doesn't have an alibi during that time, right?
Hey!
Oh, Hajime, do you have a minute? No, you're in the way. Dang.
Now.
I don't wish to be in your way at all, but there's something I really need your help with. Help?
Actually...
If you look closely, there's an unnatural shape bulging from inside Hyoko's kimono. So I was thinking she might be hiding something. Wait, hold on. Don't tell me you want me to search inside Hyoko's kimono.
Huh?
That's exactly it.
Why?
Well, it would have been a problem if she were alive, but she's dead now, you know? Don't mess with me. Are you saying there's no problem with that now that she's dead? Yeah, I was gonna say, if so, why don't you do it? Fine, if you don't want to do it, I'll just have to ask someone else.
Hey!
Akane!
Yo!
Yo, what's up?
Hey.
Well, there's something I want you to do for me. It looks like there's something inside Hyoko's kimono, so can you feel around for that?
What?
I don't really understand, but I just gotta check Hyoko's kimono, right?
Thanks.
Thank you, Akane. Helping each other is such a wonderful thing.
Now then.
Let's see. I don't know why he wouldn't think to ask a girl first. Kane reached through the duct tape binding Hiyoko as she stuck her hand inside her kimono.
That's weird.
Damn it, she's tied up so tight I can't really reach in with my hand. Oh wait, hold on.
Yo!
There's something. Is this what you were looking for? Is this a key?
Perhaps...
It looks different than the keys to the cottage, so this may be the key to her motel room. Oh yeah, then there was a whole thing too about she had locked herself in her motel room the whole time, so how did someone get to her? The key to her motel room, huh?
But...
Or maybe Hiyoko was just saying that, and maybe then she slipped away to go do something. Like, to tell people, like, no, I'm staying in my room, that way she'd have, like, plausible deniability. She'd be like, no, I was in my room the whole time, but then maybe she snuck out and she was trying to do something, but then someone got to her first. If her key was so deep inside her kimono that it would be hard to remove, then it's very unlikely that the killer tampered with this evidence.
Isn't that right?
Because if this is a trap, they would have put it more toward the front of her kimono so we notice it easier. Which means we can conclude this was something Hiyoko had with her all along. Oh my god, this is just getting more and more confusing.
Hey.
Also, it's not like I'm adding to that or anything, but you look like you were curious about the condition of Hyoko's body, right, Hajime? Of course, that's why I'm investigating. It's true, there are several mysteries regarding her body. Well, just hear me out for a second. Out of all those mysteries, what I think is strangest is...
See?
the way they wrapped her body with that duct tape. It's almost like they were trying to hide the wound on Hyoko's neck, don't you think? Hide the wound on her neck? I don't really know if this was their true intention, but I guess it's a big help for our investigation. The reason for the low volume of blood is because the duct tape is acting as a compress, right? If her body was left alone after her throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. Sea of blood, huh? 2 dead bodies floating in a sea of blood. That's enough to make anybody faint. Okay, am I done now? Let me just check out Hyoko's body one more time because... Oh, okay, never mind. Like, I just saw, it looked like there was, I don't know if that's like a magazine or something behind her. According to the Monokuma file, her cause of death was a slit throat. Her neck looks like it stopped bleeding. Okay, I think I did this. Oh, no, this is something different. After hearing it from Nagito, I can totally see the killer using it to conceal the neck wound. But what's even stranger to me is the condition of Hyoko's kimono. Okay, this part I already did. Okay, Nagito and Akane also found one more clue. The motel key that was hidden deep inside Hyoko's kimono. We can likely conclude that Hiyoko had this all along and that the killer did not tamper with it. But the biggest problem is the fact that Hiyoko was killed so suddenly. When I first discovered Ibuki's body, I didn't see Hyoko's body there. Oh yeah, and you can see, like... Okay, so those are posters, but, like, all the posters seem to be removed from the pillar except for the one by her. If that's the case, Hiyoko was killed. It must have been during the time I was getting everyone before I came back here. But that was barely 10 minutes. Is it really possible that the killer killed Hiyoko and suspended her in such a short amount of time? Even if it is possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so. Oh no, they're the posters. Never mind. Because the killer must be someone who doesn't have an alibi during that time, right? Okay, please tell... Oh my god, really? There's more things for me to investigate? Okay, curtain. Oh. Oh, that's right. There was the whole thing about the AC. We were talking about how hot it was. So someone... There's got to be a reason that someone decided to, like, you know, turn off the AC or crank up the heat. This looks like the music venue's AC unit. That's right, you might be able to adjust the hot air in the music venue with this. Alright, I should mess around with it a little, like so. It's running as a heater, over 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I know why it's so damn hot. I better turn off the heater for now. That should cool things off a bit. The only thing I can think of why someone would do that is the temperature of things can mess with the time, although it's not to say that there's anybody here that's like a forensic expert. It's not like Kyoko in Danganronpa 1. But the temperature can mess with like the time of what it seems like when the body, like how long the body's been out. Because if the heat, if there's more heat, then the body, I believe, will, oh, what's the word I'm thinking of? But like, it can either preserve a body, like the colder it is, it'll preserve the body better, or the heat will cause the body to, what's that word? I learned this in school. Like, I learned criminology and stuff like this, but I'm totally blanking. I'll put the word up somewhere, or the term I'm thinking of, but depending on the heat, it can change when it seems like the body, how long the body's been dead for, is what I'm trying to get at. There's a control panel on the wing of the stage. It seems you can use the control panel to raise and lower the baton lighting on the ceiling. In fact, we use this to lower Ibuki's hanged body. Speaking of the lighting, the video of the music venue I saw, it had a dim candlelight ambience to it, and it didn't look like this lighting was used at all. But why didn't they use this lighting? Was there some reason that would have inconvenienced them?
So you have a
I see. So you noticed it too, Fiend. Noticed? You didn't notice? Are those eyes just little glass balls? Take a good look at the baton lighting above your head. Have you not noticed that abhorrent item? Look at the baton lighting? You mean that? There's something that looks like black paper stuck to the baton lighting. So you finally noticed. But I can't really see it from here. I should lower the baton lighting one more time and...
I can see it!
There is no need.
Go, my four dark devas of destruction!
Go, Mirage Golden Hawk Jumpy. Now it's the time for you to take flight. Finally, these hamsters are being used for something. Feast your eyes upon the brave souls of my four dark devas of destruction. A hamster launched itself from Gundam's hand and ran up to the baton lighting on the ceiling in a flash. It started running around the stuck slip of paper in rapid circles. And then the paper fluttered downward and was deftly caught by Gundam. Did you see that? Behold the power of the ultimate evil eye wielder. Wow! Wow, that is amazing. I've never seen a hamster do tricks.
How pitiful.
They're my four dark devas of destruction. Hamsters are merely their temporary form. So what's with that paper?
Fine.
It seems to be some kind of thick paper, though it does not have any special spells scribed onto it.
That was close.
It appears it's nothing useful. No, that's not it. There's no doubt this is some kind of clue. I mean, the fact it was stuck to a place like that, no matter how we think about it, is too unnatural. Okay, that I have no idea. Okay, are we done now? Finally, okay, oh my god, that was a lot of clues. I'm really curious to check out the storage units. Or, not the storage units, sorry, the storage room. But let's talk to everybody first. Did you direct your gaze to the brave stature of my four dark devas of destruction? Okay, he's got nothing important to say. Are you okay? Are you still not feeling well? Uh-huh, yeah, I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking. Oh yeah, frick, Nekomaru. Once again, I forgot all about him. I wonder if he has something to do with this. Like, he's holed up in his room, nobody's seen him for a while, and I doubt he'd be able to walk around and, like, do anything. But obviously the fact that he is kind of, like, he hasn't been seen in all this. It's gotta come back at some point.
That's weird.
There's no way I got that kind of weakness. Oh man, she's so got the hots for him. Probably go away if I battle a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here. Nekomaru will definitely come back. You're right. Hajime, this might be impudent of me to ask, but will you listen to what I have to say?
Hey.
I heard you witnessed the incident from the very beginning, right? So what? Can you provide me with a summary of the incident? I need to reach the truth behind this incident for the sake of dedicating my body to an even greater hope. Ugh, so creepy. No. Wow, Hajime shut him down.
Wow.
Why? Don't make me repeat myself. No. This guy just wants to confuse us. There's no way I'm going to tell him what he wants to know.
How unfortunate.
I see. That's disappointing. Alright, Fuyuhiko, like I said, I really don't want to believe it's you, but I do want to hear, like, what his, I guess his timeline of events was, like, where he was.
Damn right.
Hajime, take a look at this. What?
Huh?
Look what's in front of the door. This is a drumstick, right? And it looks like it's broken. What happened to it?
Like...
If something like that is in front of the door, you think it might be a really big clue? Oh, maybe that's what they used to... Oh, that the drumstick must have been what they used to kind of like wedge into the door to keep it shut. And then when we busted in, we broke the drumstick. Why would this be a clue?
Hey.
Remember when we came to the music venue? If it won't open, the only thing we can do is force our way through. I wonder if that's going to be possible. Of the four of us, two of us are girls, you know? It doesn't matter if you can do it or not. We have to try. We'll all charge at the same time. Ready, set, go. At Fuyuhiko's signal, we charged into the door at full force. The door was locked when we tried to go inside, and the four of us charged into the door. But when I examined it, I found out that this door doesn't have a lock at all. Huh?
I get it.
The door is designed to be pushed open, and this is the shape of the handle. If a stick was used to bar the door here, well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening? You mean you think this drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should be proof of that. Then how is the killer able to get out?
Huh?
Now that is a good question. I did not think about that, because there's no windows, right? Or any sort of back door. I mean, the music venue doesn't even have windows. This door is the only entrance. If they lock the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't be able to escape outside.
Like...
Maybe. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue. Oh, and then they slipped away. Wait. No, we never left the venue after we... Oh, I didn't think about that. Then they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us. Oh, snap.
I
So,
get it.
you know, don't they use tricks like that a lot in mystery dramas and stuff? If that's the case, there might be evidence of that around here somewhere. Okay, so I did not think about that. So in that case, it probably isn't Fuyuhiko, because how would he have been able to lock the door and then meet us at the motel and then bust down the door? That wouldn't work.
Damn it.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna find it. I won't let the killer get away with this. Well, I'm trying to think though, because what's his name? Monokuma said that he brought everybody with him. So I'm trying to think of who it could possibly be. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, huh? Like he said, that might be possible, but
I've listened to the whole story.
I heard what you two were discussing. Chiaki being like, I'm about to set you bitches straight. Chiaki, that was a kind of cool entrance.
Well,
Besides the broken drumstick, I've also discovered something interesting. What is it?
see?
Look, there's a weird glob where the right and left door touch, see? You're right. What is it? It looks too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like rubber, but as she said that, Chiaki bent down, scraped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger. Nom. Why are you putting that in your mouth? Oh, it smells like workshop chemicals. It's like another person's gotta go to the hospital now. Workshop? And this chewiness. This thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. For instance, if it was originally a liquid that hardened into this, it might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly into the gaps of the door. What are you talking about? Just as I thought, it tastes nasty. Chiaki spat the glob out of her mouth and left the area. Besides that bit about the taste, it's okay to consider this some kind of clue, right? So maybe someone was actually able to seal the door from the outside, but then there's the whole drumstick thing. I don't know. Every time I think I know what's going on, then I get clues and it just makes it more confusing. Okay, I think we've checked out everything here, so I'm really curious to go inside the storage room and see if we can find anything. It's funny, I was right about when I first found this music venue, I was talking about, like, I feel like the storage room is going to come into play later during a murder. Alright. Nagito, did you come here to investigate the storage room too? He's like, and I wanted to be alone with you. I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it? Or is he trying to stand guard here?
Hey.
So how about it? Did you find any clues? The tipped over stepladder on the stage, the duct tape binding Hiyoko. That probably all came from the storage room. There might be other things from the storage room that they used for the crime. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end, you're just gonna be on the killer side, right? Aw, I'm not siding with the killer, you know. I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it.
But...
That's the main reason why this case is really special. Huh?
Man.
But I can't say for certain, though. What is this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any sense.
Hajime.
By the way, Hajime, I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
Hey, if you could explain to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give you some more useful information. Hajime's just like, no. Really? You might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want to find the truth. You just want to make us suffer.
How mean.
That's not true. I'm doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'll gladly become the enemy, and I won't even mind when I die.
Damn it.
That's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time. Huh? What does that even mean? Regardless, I guess you're not gonna tell me, huh? Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings?
Hey.
You should come by later too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously, the movie theater. After he said that, Nagito walked out of my sight. Like, I understand why Hajime doesn't want anything to do with Nagito, but you have to admit, like, he's definitely been very helpful in these kinds of things. Movie theater. Why the sudden interest in the movie theater? Ah, and I knew this mirror was going to come back to me at some point. You can see your whole body in the huge full-length mirror. It's probably used for checking costumes. With a mirror this big, it'd be easy to check how you look. Aw, man, maybe I got too ahead of myself. I thought for sure that was going to come back. There's a lot of stickers with the venue's logo placed here. It's like they made a bunch of them and had too many left over. It feels somewhat depressing. Compared to last time, it feels like there are less stickers than before. Am I overthinking this? There's carpeting, wallpaper, and paint on the shelf. It's probably used for stage decorations. Huh? Thick black paper that's folded up on the lower shelf. It looks like wallpaper. There are a lot of stickers pasted all over the front side of this wallpaper. And this edge of the wallpaper, it looks a little torn, but what does it mean? Okay, so that's obviously from, that was up where that, the what's it called? The pillar was. And where that black sticker that the hamster found. I guess that's everything important in the storage room. I guess I should go back to the music venue. Alright, with this, we might be close to finish investigating the music venue. But I still need to talk to Mikan. I need to make sure I get those autopsy results from her. How about it, Mikan? Have you found out anything by now? To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive.
You got it wrong!
But it's not my fault. This music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death. Ah! I called it! Yes! That's what I said earlier! Is... someone obviously knows something about bodies, and, like, they know a lot about this kind of stuff. To be able to know that if you mess with the temperature, it can affect the estimated time of death. Oh, don't tell me it's Sonya in that case, because she's all about that kind of stuff. Because of the heat, is that possible? If a body is overexposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine a precise time of death. Yes! I see. That might have been the killer's goal. They covered up their time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. But that's weird.
But
Even if this heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death? I agree. As long as I saw it, it should be clear what order the murders occurred. First was Ibuki, and then Hyoko. And as long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistaking the order of the murders. Imitation murder?
huh?
You don't know, Hajime? I thought everyone already knew.
See?
It's a murder where the killer uses a creative work like a song or film as an outline for their killings. It's so common in detective novels, mangas, and video games that you start to get annoyed by it. How would an imitation murder be related to this murder? Well, based on the killing order and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie. Wait, what? Oh, did everyone go see the movie that Monokuma except me?
Good instincts.
The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed two people. The goal was an imitation killer. Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that?
Do you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this really was an imitation of that movie, then is it not possible that more than one person might have been killed?
This, too, must
It
be
is
the
certainly
will of
conceivable if the
causality.
killer wishes to complete the imitation. Hold on a sec. What are you all talking about? An imitation murder? One more person might have been killed? Oh, snap. Are you guys worried that there's going to be another victim? Then no worries. Things would get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. I'm a real cautious fella, so I prepared a perfect countermeasure. On this killing school trip, the same Blacken can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Huh?
You mean you've added another rule?
Yep.
I'm trying to think if that rule was in the first one as well. Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, the Blacken would be able to secure an easy victory, right? This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your tiny brains. If it is a maximum of 2 people, then there will not be any more killings? Since you're here anyway, can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just wanted to confirm one of the class trial rules. I see. As expected of you, you're very strict about games.
Perhaps.
I don't want to consider this possibility at all, and I don't even want to think someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers?
Huh?
Eh?
So,
Oh yeah, it's like what happened in the last Danganronpa when we had 2 people die and it ended up being 2 separate murderers. Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that 2 killers exist at the same time, but we can only vote for one person, right?
I am concerned.
If we can only choose one based on a majority vote, the other person could certainly achieve victory.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
So what happens in that case? What about a case where there's 3 incidents instead of 2, or 4 incidents overlap one another?
Silence!
Monica was like, ah, crap, I didn't think about that. Shut up. It's okay, I'll make extra sure something like that never happens.
Hey,
Meaning 2 killers can't exist at the same time. So it's safe to say that applies to this case too, right?
Wow.
Ugh.
I don't like
All
this.
right, fine, that's right. There's always one killer at any given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'll have you figure out who the mastermind is.
This is kind of
Man, I ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. So it's like I said, they probably had it so that whoever set this all up had Ibuki maybe kill Hyoko, and then they had Ibuki kill herself while she was in that very, like, gullible state. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. I should just shut up and go back to my cave. I see, so there's no possibility for 2 killers to exist at the same time. With this, I guess that narrows things down a bit.
Yep.
Yep, that makes things a little easier.
Fine.
Plus, if the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people,
Taste
it means
your
a 3rd victim would be
powerlessness.
impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough. You guys keep saying that, and it sounds strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation? Could it be you haven't seen it? Seen it? Seriously, seen what?
So,
Like I said, that movie.
oh my.
When we first explored this island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets. Then the imitation is...
Good instinct.
Of course, it's an imitation of that movie.
Well,
Well, based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie, as if they were copying it. As if they copied the movie. I see. Nagito mentioned something about that. Oh, because he knows I hadn't seen the movie, so he knew I would have to, like... Or that he would have to go check out the movie theater, and he probably knew that I'd have to come and see him about it. So you haven't seen it. Still, it's not too late, I think. It's probably a good idea if you watch that movie before the class trial starts. Looks like I need to do that. Then I should get going too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital, for sure. The first victim, Ibuki, was there. I don't know what was going on at the hospital in the first place.
You are right.
Thanks to that despair disease, we could not go there for some time. She's right. It might be good for me to investigate the hospital, too. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. For clues related to Hyoko's death, I should try going over to the motel. There's still a lot of things I can do before the class trial. I'll definitely give it my all until the end. Oh man, this is gonna be a pretty dang long investigation, it seems like. Like, just investigating the music venue took almost an hour, and I've still got 3 more places I need to go. Oh, might as well get a move on then. So we'll go to the motel first, and then we'll go to the movie theater, and then we'll go to the hospital. I just remembered, I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hyoko's room is. It might be faster to just ask someone.
So you have a
You're here, right? Come on out. Are you talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? I wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Hey, which room was Hyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear, and you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers?
Damn right.
Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to go get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue,
I get it.
you met up with Mikon and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
So we had no choice but to break down the door, and discovered Hyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey,
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall... Okay, so there was Monami, and then there was, Gundam. Okay, so we're trying to rule people out that weren't around. Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monami.
I see.
So Kazuichi and Sonya didn't appear, huh? Do you think those two are suspicious?
Like,
Well, Hyoko was killed. Between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but while we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. Okay, good. Please. It almost seems a little... It makes sense that he's gonna want to, like, try and rule himself out. And I really hope that this is, like, a really good alibi and that he couldn't possibly do it. But I can't help but still be a little suspicious of him. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikon panicking in front of the hospital. I asked her what was going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
well, yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Well,
No, we went to the movie theater and that street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time Mikon and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hyoko and wrapped her around the pillar with duct tape. It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact Hyoko was killed, and we did discover her body.
huh?
What, do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry, even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. It's the nicest thing you could possibly say. I'd want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. I don't know, there was that whole thing about, like, about using the heater. And I feel like other than maybe Mikon or Sonya, I feel like Fuyuhiko would know how to, like, deal with that kind of stuff since he is in the Yakuza and he's, like, used to being around murder. Oh, God, I can't help but, like, even with his alibi, I can't help but suspect him a little bit, especially since he was, like, jumping at the chance to try and tell me this is why I couldn't possibly have done it. Looks like it's locked, but the key was inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this. It opened, just as I thought. This key was Hyoko's room key. I'm waiting to go in and there's just like just a huge shrine to Mahiru inside. No, it looks pretty darn normal. Okay, so Hyoko was staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but I feel a little conflicted. Oh, Sonya.
Oh my!
Huh? Did the door open? Yeah, Hyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What, did something happen? No, it is just... I am starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? Yeah, look, you can see the window there, right? Hyoko easily could have, like, snuck out of her room. Alright, what does Sonya mean by this? The moment Hyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right? However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at that time. And then I saw it. Aww. Hyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie her sash anymore. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
You are right.
The others might have thought it just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hyoko told me she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. That Mahiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say?
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case,
Yes!
how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror?
The mirror came back! I was right! Yes! At first I was all like, oh no, it didn't have anything to do with the thing, but she went to the music venue! Oh my god!
Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
I wonder if Sonya did that on purpose to get her to the music venue and someone else was waiting there to kill her. I really don't want to believe that that's the case. And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be!
Could it be Hyoko remembered that? Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room, Hyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation. Nobody knew? If that's the case, how did the killer know Hyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. Oh no, Sonya, I feel like you just kind of like put some doubt on yourself. Alright, let's see what else we got to check out here. Alright. I wonder if that's a cue for me to leave? Yeah, I guess so. Alright, so we didn't find nearly as much stuff in the music venue, but that was a pretty big thing. So let's move on to the movie theater. And then we'll go to the hospital, and I'm hoping I'll be able to see Nekomaru. First to see if he's okay, and then, you know, see if he has any sort of alibi. Like I said, I don't think he would be able to run around and do this kind of stuff, and because he's been out of it this whole time, he would have no idea of any of this that's been going on. Like, he has no idea, I'm sure, about the... Well, maybe he does know about the disease. Like, maybe Mikan told him? I don't know.
Hello there.
Why, hello there, Hajime. I knew you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case in which the killer used that movie as their theme. I wouldn't know. I haven't watched the movie yet.
I see.
Then you really should watch this movie first.
Hey!
Ah, man, poor Hajime. He's like, I agreed to pay Monokuma $1 million so I wouldn't have to watch the movie, and now I gotta do both. Hey, manager, a customer's here.
Did you call me?
Did you call me?
What?
Hajime's the customer? Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to see it all along. If that's what tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're really a tough guy. You were so devoted to being tsundere, you even bought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
Huh?
You pay $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagito? Stop it! But my resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker.
Ta-da!
See? It's this one. I'm sorry I was born stupid. You bought this for $1.5 million? But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie. Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Here!
Okay, here you go. It already says so on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give away 1 ticket per person. You only have 1 chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date on the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward to it, okay?
Then I'll go prepare the projection reel. Please wait a little bit, okay?
Hey.
Hajime, about that invitation ticket, I strongly recommend you keep that safe. Why? No reason, just think of it as a protective charm. I'm guessing it's so that I can prove that since he said he can only watch it once, this is my proof that I didn't watch the movie until after the murder, so I would be unlikely to be the one to do the imitation murder. I guess I should wait until Monokuma finishes. Oh crap, I just realized I should have been looking for the Monokuma statues. I've already probably missed my chance if there was one at the movie theater, or not the movie theater, sorry, the venue and the motel. Crap. Maybe I'll be able to go back and see if I can find it. In the meantime, are there any around here? Okay, I think I did already find a Monokuma statue here, so I doubt it's here, so I'm just gonna talk to Nagito.
Impossible.
Hajime, I can't believe you bought that thing, and you paid $1.5 million for it, too. But even you said you should have just settled with the... But even you said you should have just settled it with money to get out of seeing that movie. You're right, but that means I would have had to buy that thing, you know? Just leave me alone.
No!
Hold on, I'm still in the middle of preparing. Don't rush.
Are you sure?
Hasty boys get hated, you know? They might even get hated by boy bears too, you know? You can hate me all you want. Okay, so obviously there's something I'm supposed to check out in the meantime? Oh yeah, the whole thing about the bag. That reminds me, that item should be on top of the counter. That tote bag is gone. That means...
What's this?
Whoa there, were you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad!
Well, that's just too bad. It's already sold out. Who did you sell it to?
You're so stupid!
Stupid? There's no way I'd fall for that. There's no way I'd say something that revealed who the killer is. So the killer bought it.
Shocking.
Ah. I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right?
Hmm.
It's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference?
Hey!
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off. Okay, so there's 2 then.
Well now.
Now then, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
Now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Alright, let's just get this over with and see this terrible, terrible movie. I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. The Wizard of Monomi 2.5D will be screening shortly. From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this 2.5D. That sounds so half-assed.
Now then, please relax and enjoy the film!
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates. One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise, and was whisked away to Monomi's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monomi, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monomi scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monomi scarecrow hanged herself and died. He also met a Monomi lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows.
Okay.
He also met a Monomi tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron.
And then that was what they said there was supposed to be a third murder.
After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monomi, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monomi. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury. And he lived happily ever after. The end.
Phew!
Man, movies are the best. That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues, one for each head. Ew.
So...
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial.
bye-bye!
Goodbye, bye-bye. I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe this situation. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie?
Well,
But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Yeah. Just like he said, the characters who were killed in the movie matched the victims in this case. Ibuki's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too.
but...
It would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer is upset about that right now, or... If the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder, they should be upset about it, but I'm not sure that's even true. Alright, so now we gotta go to the hospital, that's right. Alright, so I think before I go to the hospital, maybe I'll see if I can go back to the places I've already been, just in case there's some Monokuma statues there. Hopefully it's not too late. Oh, there is one! Look at that! Hiding over there, a little sneak.
No.
Alright, well, maybe I'm blind and I can't find the Monokuma one if it's in here, but maybe it'll be at the hospital. Hey, you prepared the surveillance camera unit, right? And yeah, it was weird that Kazuichi, like, he just kind of pieced out right at the beginning of the investigation. I know he said it was because it was too hot, but...
Hey, hey.
And he is the one that set up the surveillance footage, so maybe he could have tampered with it too. He could be a suspect. Yeah, so I didn't... Oh, I literally just said that. Yeah, so I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. The fact you're saying that is suspicious in itself. Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
Right.
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey.
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't be able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it.
Huh?
However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right, you did work on that. Now that I feel is going to be a very confusing aspect of the class trial, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Well,
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's really only been a few days. Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Oh yeah, that's right, I didn't tell them about what I saw. Did you see something with this camera?
That's right.
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. Yeah, very suspicious that I just happened to come across the body if I don't tell them why. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime. Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. I can't believe it took this long for me to tell people this. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now. But the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was no rope hanging from the ceiling. There was rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know that must have been Ibuki. She walked straight to the stepladder, and without any hesitation, she climbed that stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed the rope, and that's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something because the screen went dark all of a sudden, and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was a really old model. Oh, hold on.
Well?
At the time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right? Yeah. You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try and stop her. But I didn't make it in time.
Hey.
Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? What do you think, Chiaki? There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so,
You.
Don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure it out so easily. Chiaki's like, hey, you're talking to me. Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there. Oh yeah, we never did check out the second floor, did we? What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. She said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? Oh, so maybe this didn't even take place at the music venue. Hence the whole thing about the using the what's it called? Oh my god. The curtains. Something about the curtains might have something to do with it, where it made it seem like it was happening somewhere else. I don't know. Well, the only thing we can do is just follow her and see what she's so interested in upstairs. Oh, hello, Akane.
Now then.
I'm finally getting back to my normal self.
All right!
Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. No thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan on wearing hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looked like there was one gown for each patient room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. Yeah, and then this is what I'm saying about how maybe someone snuck a hospital gown to make whoever was on the stepladder look like Ibuki, even though it wasn't really her. There weren't any gowns?
Yo!
Yeah, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, I should just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing?
Huh?
Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross. Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser.
Like...
No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikon back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon. Well, it's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. Alright, I'm not sure if there's anything I should check out in the rooms. The game, I guess, will tell me, but I'm definitely gonna check out the second floor. I wonder if I can check up on Nekomaru. What's this? It's pitch black and I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey.
Don't turn it on. Huh? Chiaki, are you there?
Cuz...
If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. What's fully exposed?
Hey.
Hajime, if you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
Aww.
Bummer. Troll fail. No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. Oh, so there are curtains here. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. Oh yes, this totally could be set up to look like the, Okay, so now we've got a potential place where the murder could have actually, or at least the staging of the murder. And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey.
Were you surprised? Surprised? I don't get it.
Well?
I got it. Got what?
See?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
See? A black curtain that blocks light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. Wait, when did she come up to the conference room in the first place to know about all this? A black, light-blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So is something wrong with it? I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look and troll fail?
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you. Yep, she's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. Ah, what? We're done already? Man.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome!
I feel like we still have more to check
The
out.
class trial's gonna start,
Oh,
you know?
man. I am no closer to finding out anything.
So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll
man.
see you soon.
But Chiaki just started investigating. It's already time. So, this again. I need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims, in order to find the truth. The only thing I can do is go. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock. And soon enough...
Welcome!
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial?
Wait!
Hey, jerk, hold it right there.
Monomi's such
What?
a dumb
Don't get in my
child.
way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells.
Hey!
My brain works just fine.
Hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? Oh my god, were we finally gonna learn about what happened to him? I see, so you've come to avenge him.
Yes!
Avenge? That sounds like he died. Sounds like you say. Oops. Oh.
Anyway.
Wait, what? What? Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye.
Now then, I gotta go first. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Hold on, I won't let you escape. Don't tell me we're gonna have 3 people die. Although Monokuma probably just said that, like, on purpose to throw us off. Hey, did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it, there's no way Nekomaru is dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
But then they did say, you know, there is the whole thing about the 3 murders. Like, according to the movie, but Monokuma said not to worry about that, so I don't know. Of course he's not dead. There's no way, not in a million years.
Well,
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die. Why are you so excited about that?
how about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you yearn?
What are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah, you're right. Alright, well, I felt like that investigation didn't last nearly as long as I thought it would, so we'll at least get into here and then maybe start the class trial in the next episode. Because otherwise, this will be quite a short episode for me. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended toward the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined-up silhouettes kept getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. Yeah, it did get quite a bit smaller, like we lost... Well, we don't know about Nekomaru yet, but 3 people are gone now. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock... Yeah, it is getting quite a bit smaller from the last time. The elevator began its deep descent as usual. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of darkness. And I walked into that place. My, it feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No!
Why bother?
Yes!
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin. It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miyoda, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Hiyoko, oh my god, Sayanji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. The person who killed those 2 is among us. I definitely can't believe it. Dang, a lot missing on this one. And Nekomaru, I mean, like, He's not read it out yet, but he's kind of like unknown status right now. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake, for our friend's sake, for Ibuki and Hyoko's sake. And so the curtain to the third-class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I apologize, it is a shorter episode again. I was expecting the investigation to last a little bit longer than that, especially with so many different venues to check out, but I promise the next episode will be longer, as the class trial episodes tend to be, so hopefully you guys will be okay with the shorter length of this one, because I imagine it's gonna get pretty crazy, and I'm excited to get into the class trial and see what is going to happen and figure out what the hell is going on. So I hope you guys did enjoy this episode, and stay tuned for the class trial in the next one. Until next time, have a good one. Bye, guys.